Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of the ChampSoft series, a platform where conversations go beyond job title and help us connect with the incredible people who make ChampSoft what it is today. Every leader has a story, every professional has a journey, and behind every successful team is someone who believes in the power of communication, collaboration, and continuous growth. Today, I am delighted to welcome Charithma to the show. Charithma is a leader who believes that communication is the foundation of trust and that great leadership begins with listening, understanding, and inspiring others. Throughout her professional journey, she has demonstrated how strong relationships, clear communication, and a positive mindset can empower individuals and teams to achieve meaningful success. In today's episode, we'll explore her leadership journey, discuss why communication is one of the most valuable skills in today's workplace, learn how leadership can build stronger teams, and hear how insights on creating a culture where people feel valued, motivated, and empowered to grow. Whether you are just beginning your career or already leading a team, this conversation is filled with practical insights and inspiring takeaways that everyone can learn from. So grab your coffee, settle down, and join me for another inspiring conversation. Please join me in giving a warm ChampSoft welcome to Charitma. All right. Welcome, Charitma, to ChampSoft Unplugged, episode 3. So, how are you today?
Doing great. Great. How are you, Shasya?
I am good too. Thank you so much for asking. Are you excited?
Very, very excited.
Me too. I'm a bit nervous today because I know how good speaker and a presenter you are. So avoid my small mistake. I'm still trying.
My God, you're saying this. Come on.
All right. So for those like for the people who are listening you right now, so for those who don't know you, who Charitma is, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. So, career-wise, I'm working as a project manager at ChampSoft, and
Mhm.
also I'm a visiting lecturer and a very passionate traveler and very passionate about human nature and human behaviors. So, I think very related to all the jobs that I do. Yes, that is Charitma.
Right. Okay. So if given a chance to describe yourself in 3 words, what would it be? And why have you chosen those 3 words?
Okay. First thing is, I would say detail oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing is adventurous. Third
Mm-hmm.
word would be collaborative. Yes.
Okay. I understood collaborative,
Yeah.
attention to detail, but when
Hmm.
you said adventurous, what do you mean by that?
Right. So it doesn't mean that I'm not scared of trying new things. I have
Mm-hmm.
this fear of different kinds of thing in terms of different things in the life, career, and
Mm-hmm.
everything. But why I'm saying I'm adventurous is because even though I scared of these things, the fear is that I still try. Even when my hands are shaking, my voice is shaking, you know, everything is trembling, but I still try. So that is why I see I am as adventurous.
I think we all feel the same whenever it comes to, like public speaking or, you have to give a speech in front of 100 people, more than 100 people. That always gives me chill every time.
Every time, every time. Yeah, true.
So you said, like professionally you are a project manager. So there must be one or two things that would have inspired you becoming a project manager. So what exactly they were, and what was the point where you felt that, this is the career that I want to pursue, and this is the field where I can flourish and grow and make changes?
Yeah. So that's a very interesting question because being a project manager was not a plan for me when I was
Mhm.
studying, even when I was finding a career. So it just happened. And after when it happened, because before that, I was struggling to find out what is my path, what do I need to do.
Mhm.
But then when this happened, I saw how a project manager can uh, let's say influence, inspire, changes people's life,
Right.
because I don't see that as a person who knows everything and taking the authority of everything, but just
Mhm.
as someone being a project manager, you can inspire them to take themselves to the best of themselves and motivate them to come to work every day and do it with peace in their mind.
Mhm.
So that is the main thing why I love project management, because you get a chance to talk with different people and get to know about different things from different perspective. It can be
Right.
life, career wise, domain wise. It's amazing the connection with the human like around you and how you get the chance to help them to become a kind of a better version of themselves. That's what.
Which is actually true and very challenging for a PM, right?
Very challenging as well. Yeah.
So was there any defining moment in your career till day to day where you felt that, your role has made, like a significant change in any project or any human helping them project wise or anything, like that could help that person to be a better version of themselves, as you said. So was there
Yes.
any such moment?
Of course, I would say a lot because I get the chance to know about them as well because I talk with them a lot of
Mm-hmm.
time. So there were moments when they have revealed me before I join a project, how hectic that was for them, and especially they were unseen. So throughout my
Mm-hmm.
project management career, I'm considering that. So they were unseen but
Mm-hmm.
unheard. But I came and I was able to make them feel seen, heard, and because of that they also worked hard to achieve what they want and the common project goals. So when they told me after a specific instance, or when I leave a company, or when I
Mm-hmm.
uh, end of a specific point, so
Mm-hmm.
that was that moment, significant moment. I felt I'm actually doing what I want to do in my life as a project manager.
So I think that feeling is out of the world, right?
Yeah.
Like when you feel that, I have chosen something great for myself.
True.
So as you said that, like talking to them, so that's the point where I feel that, communication stands one of the strongest pillar of everything. Right. So,
Hmm.
so do you think that people often have that fear of communicating about what they feel or, what they are going through or the problems they are facing? So, how do you make sure that you make them feel comfortable and where is communication standing strong here?
Right. Yes. So I think the main point that requires in order to obtain that kind of a communication is the emotional safety.
Mm-hmm.
So first, that person should be able to feel that it is a safe environment for them to speak up. So
Right.
for anyone, yeah, for anyone, literally that doesn't happen in a second or a day or a two. So even a very extrovert person, that takes time, but there can be people who are very extrovert and very brave of
Mm-hmm.
showing up and speaking up. But at the same time, most of the people, according to my experience as well, we are not like that. So we are just checking some checkpoints and we are
Right. Very true.
yeah, so whether this is safe, that this person is safe, this meeting is safe to say that. So there are a lot of things. I think that is also a challenge in the projects that we are facing as well, because in the project itself, development, testing, we have a lot of things to consider. But at the same
Right.
time, now we are thinking about, are we safe in this environment? Can we speak up? Because the communication, how I see is, it's not public speaking, which most of the time we frame it as, but it's about to tell when you're struggling, when you have a blocker, when you are not feeling safe, or when you are thinking someone's opinion is not right on something.
Yes.
So that ability is not something we are always born with. But in order to, we actually check whether that environment is suitable to expose to. So
Right.
when it comes to how I can bring that to my teams, so that is what I mainly said, the talking with them, understanding them, not just exposing them in front of a meeting and talk what your what
Right.
you feel, what is your blocker, why can't you say that, or blame them, but just talk with them, understand their concerns. Because in my project management journey, I have experiences, there were people who got all the things, all the domain knowledge. Technically, they have done it, but they couldn't speak it out to tell, okay, I have done it, or to showcase the expertise
Yeah.
they have. So
Yes.
imagine for a person like that, we can talk with them and we can make them confident. Okay, whatever go wrong, I will be there. Mistakes can happen. We can't be
Of
perfect,
course.
right? But then I will be there for you. Just talk up, let me know, or I will showcase or exhibit in behalf of you, naming that as that is something done by you. So that kind of a steps we have to follow. But what I have seen is, even surely then they are taking it up. So then they are confident. They have seen, okay,
Yeah.
I have done this. Now I can do many more things. So that is, yeah, how we can create it, as I say.
So I think somewhere this phase is true, like the key to success somewhere lies with how you communicate with people,
Hmm,
right?
true.
So my thing is, how do you describe this effective communication? When people say you have to effectively communicate, with this person, that person, this client, that client. So what is that effective communication? Is it like understanding the forum and then you speak up, or it is more of like what you feel in that forum, you speak up?
I think that is a combination of both of that. I think
Mm-hmm.
it starts with not how good communicator you are, but how good listener you are, not a speaker, right?
Very true.
Yeah, how well you can actively listen to that person, and also,
Mm,
acknowledge that person, you are listening to them with just some, body expressions and all. Then
yes.
that person also comfortable. They also be more open in terms of the
Mhm.
discussion. So it all starts with that. And then you should be able to identify from your inner self, if I'm facing some challenge, or if I
Mhm.
want to showcase something, tell something, what do I need to tell, or what is the obstacle that I'm facing? And
Mhm.
of course, not just about speaking up, anything will be ideal in every situation, but inside the team, that is the environment we need to create. But when we go
Right.
out, there are instances we have to consider about who are they, I mean, the environment there. So then accordingly speaking, but that's a very difficult thing, right? So many things to think about. We don't need that inside of a team.
Yes.
We need
True.
them to speak up even when they don't agree with us, even to argue. Because
Yeah.
we, inside a team, we need to have all the difficult conversations. I think in my teams, we are having the difficult conversation. It's not blaming each other, but all together we have different opinions. We are from different cultures, right, inside our
Right.
company. So we have different perspectives, and we are bringing them all together in order to take a final decision. In that moment, we can argue, we can have different kinds of opinions, but at the end result is we are contributing to the project end goal. So that is what I think about it.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we are meeting the goal, so we are good with anything. But the thing is,
Yes,
you should communicate.
exactly. You should start from saying something, a word at least.
Charitma, project manager, according to me, like how I describe this position is a person who is bridging the gap between the customer and the team, right? So here the like heavy weightage is on how you listen, how you gather the requirement, and how you communicate the same information to the team, right? So was there, like with your experience, was there any common communication mistakes you have seen in people, which is like very often, like everybody make it, irrespective of, professional or, personal balance. So was there any one or two thing that you have noticed?
Yes. So I would say two things, the very common
Mhm.
things, starting off from the client's end, always when client sees the product or a version of it,
Mhm.
they want to extend it, more requirements, scope changes, and different kinds of changes. And then you're taking that and putting into the team,
Yes.
right? Uh, Now the team is like, we have done this because they have mentioned this, given the initial scope like this, and this will break our system, what we have done and why we have done this in the very first place.
Mhm.
So that is happening very commonly. Even in my journey, I have seen it. Even when I get the chance to talk with other project managers, I see this is a very common thing.
Mhm.
But I think why this is happening is because of the agility, right? So we
Mhm.
are living in a world, the only constant is changing.
Yeah.
Client changes, our team changes, then the whole world changes, our domain changes, technology changes.
Right.
So at the same time, we are expecting some kind of uncertainty in terms of the team. And at
Mhm.
the same time, from the client's end, it can be like requiring more requirements or scaling it up. And that is not a bad thing, right? As a product, as they are
Mhm.
sale from the sales perspective, they need to extend it, they need to
Right.
expand it, right? So that is how they are going to make a viable product to the market. So
Of
that is,
course.
we have to expect it. But sometimes all the things that we are thinking require for our product will not be required or will not create that kind of a value. So
Mhm.
this can be happen because of without having the proper idea of what we have already built, or what can happen if we
Mhm.
build right away the things that they want to. So that is
Right.
the miscommunication I see in that. So as a team, project manager and the whole team should be responsible, because we are the development team. We see how it is being developed, and we
Mhm.
can communicate to this. Okay, from this extent, what we have built, this is what we can get. Not just the requirement that you're saying. There can be many alternative, more
Of
creative, or
course.
more efficient ways.
Yeah.
So that should be the communication. That should be the discussion in that. And when it comes to our team's end, what happens is, if we are putting the requirements they are saying directly in the same way, they
Mhm.
don't see any value. They just see, oh my God, we have built this with so much effort. Now we have to change everything. Yeah. So, and even they are not wrong. I mean, we made this, that is our baby, and they're asking to change
Yeah.
it like here and there. Even that is very reasonable concern. But how we can tackle this in terms of the communication? we Now we are adults,
Mhm.
we need to see a reason why we are doing that. We need to be
Yeah.
the contributors of the decision that we are making. So they may not see the sales goals or the product goals from the client side, or
Mhm.
what kind of a value that can be added if we add that specific feature or even a small improvement. So I have tried out talking to the team in that way. What kind of a sales advantage they will get, what kind of a advantage this product will gain. Even though we have put so much hours on this thing, but this new
Mhm.
thing will add more value. So that is our end
Right.
goal, right? Not just like ticking off the deadlines and completing the MVP. We want to create a value to our customer. So
Mhm.
when we are having that kind of a discussions, actually development teams understand. They understand the concern, and they also want to be the contributors of making this a very good product in the market. So I think that is
Yeah.
how we can
I
tackle
think
the.
I think that belief should be there within the team, right?
Mm,
So I
yeah.
think this is a nice piece of advice to everyone whosoever will be listening to our podcast. That these are often mistakes what people do, and this is how you can overcome by widening, how you think and how you communicate to your team, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
so as of now, we all are working virtually, right? I'm in India, you are in Sri Lanka. We have a team in US, then we have our clients. So in this virtual world of email, chats, meeting, so do you think that, communication can be more effective when we all are working virtually together?
Yes. So when I joined the ChampSoft, that is the first
Mhm.
time I got into fully virtual environment where my team I couldn't see, or I have never
Seriously?
seen my team members. Yes,
Seriously?
because previously it was hybrid all the time. Only the
Mhm.
clients were for from different countries. So this was a big challenge for me. I didn't even believe now the team bonding, team spirit we are talking, we can
Mhm.
achieve it through virtual setting. uh, I think that is happening because now if we get the chance to work together physically, then there will be events that we are working physically.
Right.
So we are seeing another side of them, not just professional side, but just how
Yeah.
they enjoy, how they have fun. So subconsciously that creates another vibe or a bond between us.
Mhm.
But now here what happens is now we are taking the meetings. So most of the time we have to be limited to the meetings when we are working with
Yeah.
a virtual setup. So and also another thing about that, in the meetings, if we are conducting that in very formal ways now, as
Mhm.
agile teams with the daily stand-ups, reviews, and retrospect, we have to be like follow formal agenda to some extent. But inside of the team, there's a need for us to get to know each other, to see
Yeah.
what they are doing. It just doesn't need to be a separate event, but even when we are together trying to solve something, trying
Mhm.
to come up with a solution. So that just can be a kind of a chill discussion as well. So
Yeah.
what I have seen in this ChampSoft as well inside the team, apart from all the formal discussions, we
Mhm.
do have that. We do have that bonding. So surprisingly, even though we are not in the same country, we haven't seen each other like physically for the at least one time, we even know when they're sad, even with the voice, right? Even having looking at their eyes, we know they are like okay, thinking about something in a problem. And we have people, okay, they are getting reaching out, reaching to us and asking, everything okay, are you happy, or what's going on these days in your mind? So that was created because we didn't only have the formal discussions which needs to be there for some certain extent, but
Mhm.
we casually chilling out that comes from even the development talk or maybe the testing talk, even with the starting with a bug, but we do have that bond. So that is an amazing culture we can create. So if that is there, I don't think this virtual is a problem, because I have my brothers and sisters from my team who are not in Sri Lanka. I haven't seen them, but I really feel them, right? Even they feel me. So they reach out to me when I'm feeling bad. They sense it. So it's amazing. It's amazing.
So I think I am glad hearing one thing that you all share very great bond among each other. I think this is one of like rarest thing where like inside organization things like this do exist, and that too when people are like not in front of you, not even in your country, they are like very far away, but
Yeah.
still you share that bond, which is like really great. So looking at this kind of audience, like especially when they are not like in your country, they are like not even at your time zone. So sometimes do you think that the message that you want to pass to your audience is understood in the same manner that you want to convey? So do you think that certain times this might be a challenge?
Hmm. Yes. I think what we have most of the time, the stereotypes or the social norms are limiting us when it comes to cross cultural settings, setups, right? So even now, of course, when you get a chance to work with someone from another culture or another country, at the first moment, it's not very easy, right? So even
Right.
we have to catch up the language, we have to catch up like the phrases they are saying, and even the expressions can be different sometimes. But what I have, even that was quite challenging for me at first to understand that, for, let's say, for weeks, some weeks.
Mhm.
But what I understood ultimately was, it's not that we are actually different. right? Our thinking process is same.
Same,
we
yeah.
we are doing a job for same reasons, and
Yes.
we want to be valued, appreciated. We want to be
Yes.
the part of the team, not just a developer or a tester or a project manager and doing some specific work. We need that collaboration, and we actually everyone want to see the project success. So that is
Mm-hmm.
what they're working for. That is the truth, ultimate truth. And they want to see that goal getting success, and see client happy. So we have those common things which cannot be, divided from a language we are speaking, or a skin color, or any other cultural background.
Yeah.
I think having that understanding will help us to navigate with, work with different cultures. It's not that we are,
Mm-hmm.
because we are starting with, okay, we are different. Now I have to adapt to a different background. I have to learn a different culture, how they are working. That's not true. We all same. So having
Right.
that understanding, I think, help us to, put all the cultural norms away and see internally who the person is. That
Yes.
person to this person. It's same.
And I think that's the fact, right?
Yeah.
So, so since Charitma, you are a public speaker, I would say you attend, like lot of sessions. I have seen your LinkedIn post. So do you think that, this is a common problem to make sure that, your audience understands your message? So is it like on, like a forum where you are speaking with more than 100 people? Is it like the thinking of making sure your audience understands? So do you also feel this thing when you have any of your speaking sessions?
Yes, I have understood, and also I have realized it many times as well, because of I got the chance to work with different kinds of audiences. Now
Mm-hmm.
it can be based on the generation, sometimes it can be based on actually why they are here, their why specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why we need to be more attentive to the audience and what they expect. So it is not just when we say public speaking, we can, have a very nice structure and deliver it. But then
Mm-hmm.
then it's about, then that is what we are doing, and what doing what we are comfortable of. But then at a certain point, there can be a person who wants to speak up in this public speaking domain. I'm talking in front of like thousands or hundreds of audience in front of a stage. That can be someone's requirement. Or there can be a person who just, trying to get succeed with a small talk, or a
Mm-hmm.
contract negotiation, or a sales pitch. So the requirements are different. So it's always like we do in the projects also, it's not delivering what we want and what we think as like pretty, wonderful, but what they want, what your audience want. So I think that I also had to put some effort in order to realize that, because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
what I'm thinking the best is not what they want. So the conflict is
Mm-hmm.
there. So as a, facilitator, that we need to consider, especially that same when it comes to a project manager, how we are dealing with the clients. We need to know what they want, not just what we think as glamorous.
So, okay, right now, since a lot of organizations like us, we are still, like trying to make sure that the combination of, staff that we have, which is full of millennials, Gen Zs. So right now, the thinking of Gen Zs are more like, I can get this information in AI. So why should I listen to you? So so is there any specific point where you feel that, I need to make sure that I am delivering what am I supposed to do rather than just going on AI and finding my stuff and just speaking it out?
Yes, very another interesting question. So I think again, it's like building a house without
Mm-hmm.
considering about the foundation, but we are putting like beautiful glasses and the windows, the doors, and everything.
Right.
So it's very, attractive for the moment, but then someday when something, a risk or a different weather condition comes, it will break down. So same with this. So I agree. Now most of the time our younger generation is more focused on, we can get things done from AI, so we don't need to
Yeah.
worry about the foundation. It's taking a lot of time and there's no use of it. You can find it. But in order to build something which is sustainable, you need to have that foundation. For some particular things or some particular subject, let's say, even I had this kind of a mindset. Okay, AI is there, I can figure out anything from that. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, after I was pursuing that, now there was a situation I couldn't move more because I don't know the
Mm.
foundation, right? So that was a very, eye-opening moment for me. It is not going to help you in the long run in order to make it
Yeah.
sustainable. For now, it's very pretty, it's very glamorous. But when you are like continuing it, when you're improving that, when you're fixing the things or the bugs of it, you
Hmm.
need to know how you have built it.
Right.
Otherwise, how you're going to do it if you don't know
Of
how you
course.
have built it, right? And yeah, that is what even I came into that realization at one point of my life, and I'm really grateful for that. I understood. So even now, I'm more concerned about learning the foundations of everything because of that one point in my life. It's needed. It's non-negotiable. Sometimes we have to learn it in the hard way,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But in any way, there's a point we come to learn that. So that's, yeah, true.
So even I feel the same. So now this is the era of AI, I would say. So either you evolve and make sure, like you are adapting it and making sure it helps you, but it
Mhm.
shouldn't rule you. So
Yes.
evolving should be the nature, or else, like you will get dissolved. Because
Mhm.
AI would replace a lot of small stuff that you are doing manually right now,
Yeah.
right? And I would say, like, even you would have felt the same way when it comes to project management tools on like how you can plan your sprint or etc., all those technical jargons.
Yeah, yeah, true.
All right. So I think, like one thing which is common in, like every PM is like, how they have this leadership quality in themselves.
Mhm.
So do you think that leadership, apart from just a job title, so
Yeah,
what else describes this leadership according to you?
right. Uh, I think number one, it should make you worry if something goes in your project. It can be a
Mm-hmm.
task that you have not done, but as a project, something is going wrong and you should be worried about that. And
Mm-hmm.
after completing your task to the 100% level, you should be keen to do that 1% in order to help someone who is struggling at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And the third thing is you should be able to take your team to the goal. You can be a leader by title, but not a leader by title. But you are just making effort to give your opinions and motivate others when, not just related to your task, but ultimately you are working as a key team player
Yeah,
in order to get this done. So I
right.
think that is a leader. And I have seen a lot of leaders like that inside my team. Not They don't have that title as the leader, but they were superb leaders in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, leaders are not just limited to the title.
Yeah.
Like it can be anyone. Like there are certain instances where an intern just come in your organization and they conquer everything, whatever they want to do.
True.
Maybe in a harder way or a smarter way, but they
Mhm.
do because they do have that leadership quality in them, right? So
Exactly.
so how would you describe your leadership style?
Right. I would describe my leadership style in this way. So I think I'm a servant leader. I'm not in the
Uh-huh.
person who's being at that authority seat and just
Mm-hmm.
saying everything what I want and expecting people to do exactly what I said. But
Mm-hmm.
I just want to take the best out of them because it can be very different perspectives than me that they have, even for like
Mm-hmm.
main project decisions. I just want them to talk. I just want them to like discuss about it, and then as a team we want to come into the best decision. So I think I am a servant leader in a way that I'm a facilitator, and
Mm-hmm.
throwing away all the blockers they have. So
Mm-hmm.
they are the captains of this, and they should feel it. I don't think that I'm doing the leadership in as a project manager if my team members are not feeling like, okay, they are the captains of this thing. I just want to, remove the blocks and motivate them to speak up, contribute. So together, like everyone here is a captain. So we are leading the project together. So I think that is how I see my leadership style.
I think somehow we all feel that the same about you, Charitma.
Oh,
And and I think you have, justified my question with your answer.
thank you so much.
So, okay, apart from that, do you feel that there should be two or three certain qualities that, every leader, or, or let me reframe this, every rising leader should have?
Yes. Number one is you should listen.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that you will know everything in the world. But there are a
Yeah.
lot of people around you, talented people from different background, different experience levels. You need to listen to them, because now we have our cognitive biases. We are not like very superior someone, so we can remove all the biases and take the decisions. We are
True.
that human with cognitive biases. So but there can be people, if we are taking a lot of opinions into consideration, then we can cut off these biases that we have. And we are always like, as humans, psychologically we tend to make decisions with everything what we know. And we are working in the technology IT industry, which is evolving every second, every minute, right? And again, we are working with the people and companies set up, which is also very, changing, evolving every time. So
Yeah.
there's no way that you can capture everything, right? Because you're not, superior or a god like that. So you should listen. And in that setup, together you can make that superior condition when you're listening to them. And the
Mm-hmm.
other thing is, you should be calm. There can be different things,
True.
very difficult conditions, many things that you think, okay, we can't get out of that, right? Even I have some experiences in my journey, career wise, personally, like that. But
Mm-hmm.
as a leader, you should be calm, right? Because your team members can be like panic at the moment. So they
Yeah.
should be able to come to you, not to get like more panic, but to feel calm, and but to have the trust that we can get through this,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that is the second thing I see. And the quality of not blaming your team members,
Mm-hmm.
because we need to be detail oriented, we need to target the perfection, but we can't forget that there's always a chance for us to do mistakes. It
Right.
happens. No way we can stop it, right?
Yeah.
But
We all are humans.
all humans at the end of the day, that's the truth. So the way we need to rephrase that is, first they should be able to tell you that they have done a mistake. Okay, what are we going to do after that? So that is the
Mm-hmm.
mindset you need to have, and also inside your team. And the next thing is, these mistakes are not always bad. Most of the time maybe they are starting off with directing to a new feature,
Yeah.
like that, or better direction inside the project, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's can be very advantage, it can bring lot of benefits. So we need to have that perspective. So I think those are the three qualities that think as the very most important thing.
I think all are commons one, so that people can understand within themselves, and like they can adapt it, or maybe if there is any change required, they can do it, right?
True, true.
All right. So we are moving to a very, very interesting round for you, which is
Okay.
like fun rapid fire round. Okay. So
Right,
your
right.
answers will be either should be in one word or
Hmm.
one sentence.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So first one, coffee or tea?
Coffee. Coffee. Yes.
Introvert or extrovert?
That's hard. Yeah, I prefer introvert.
Seriously?
I know it's hard to believe, but job is like the other option. But yeah, I like to be introvert personally.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Morning person or night owl?
Morning person, trying to tackle
Hmm.
things even in the night.
Yeah. Especially to have that early morning coffee.
Yes, yes, of course.
All right. Um, One leadership extraordinary skill.
Calmness in chaos.
Cool. One communication skill everyone should master.
Listening.
Book, podcast, or YouTube.
Um, bo- book. Yeah.
Mhm. One person who inspires you the most.
My sister, little sister.
Seriously?
Yes, yes.
One habit that changed your life.
Oh, learning to be calm in difficult situations. That changed.
Okay. Are you a person who loves helping people, or are you a person who loves helping them but make sure that they do their own stuff?
Second one.
Second one.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you describe ChampSoft in one sentence?
It changed my life in a good way.
Mhm. Success means.
Success meets when you're ready for it.
Okay. All right. I think I am good. And
Okay.
thank you so much. You were like
Oh,
very quick before I could read a question.
really? I was nervous when you said, okay, rapid fire, but yeah, I'm glad that you gave that comment.
No, but it was actually good.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right. So moving on to our communication, and let me just, like take everything where we left before our rapid fire begin. So it was more of, like talking about those quality of leadership, right? So do you think that, a leader is also somebody who need to maintain a balance between being a leader and then accountability?
Yes, yes, that balance is there. So that is why we need to start off without having the mindset of, okay, we are the authorized person and we, you know, maybe somewhat kind of a dictator and we have the power
Mm-hmm.
to take the final decisions and call. So it is that you are also part of a team. So that mindset
Mm-hmm.
should be there because only if only you have that kind of a thing and having that accountability as one of the team members, then only you can, motivate your team or you are expecting that from the team as well. So, because ultimately, if that is about the leader or the manager or any way or a senior in a project, so we
Mm-hmm.
are looking up to them, right? So if there are someone who is like just giving all the instructions and not being accountable for their work and just
Mm-hmm.
putting the blame on everyone, then I don't think that is the culture that we are bringing out and we cannot inspire people to be accountable in that kind of a setting, so it
Right.
should start with you. That is why.
All right. So do you think that, role does play a vital role when it comes to emotional intelligence in the organization?
Yes. Yes.
If you
It's
say
it's a
yes, then how?
oh, it's also another non-negotiable thing. We need to have that career or a personal life.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding another person is a gift actually if we have that. And
Mm-hmm.
most of the time we are not like taking care of that too much or try making attempt to that is what some kind of a skill we need to improve. It is also not like we are born with, okay, we understand every person and we can read everyone around us, but we need to make some effort to understand other people And the most important thing is being emotional intelligent is not starting with understanding other people or reading them, but to be, emotionally intelligent, you need to understand yourself well. It's like
Right.
you're being, your strengths, you're being the good person, as well as, as humans, we are not always playing the white role, right?
Of
Sometimes
course.
consciously or unconsciously, we are being that dark side as well. Then we should be someone, okay, when we are doing something wrong, to detect it and the next time to avoid it. So that kind of a 360 understanding about ourselves need to be there in order to understand someone else and be empathetic and to help them, because we know we are not perfect, we can do these kind of mistakes, we are like going these cycles emotionally. That is same with everyone else. So it is very needed, and to have it, it should start with you, and there's no way that we can end learning that.
Mm-hmm.
It's throughout the lifetime. I think that is something
It's a
we can
continuous
improve.
process, I would say.
Yeah, it's a process, a long process. Yeah.
All right. So do you think that, there could be, a company culture where employee feels comfortable speaking about what they feel, or, like what they feel about a project, about their problems, or, sometimes maybe when, a company fail recognizing them. So, do you think that culture in an organization is also very important?
Yes, yes. I think if you're talking about the company culture or project culture, again,
Mm-hmm.
I think being able to speak up and make them feel heard and also recognizing them
Mm-hmm.
comes first when we are building the culture, because that is the first way, like first door that opens up for success.
Right.
As I think about it, because it's about like everyone's opinion is needed. It's not like one person is making the decisions, because everyone see in different angles where they are seated, like virtually or
Of
anyway, right?
course. Yeah.
Positioned in that way. So it is, building that is not a very easy thing or one day thing. It requires, continuous effort, and the
Mm-hmm.
effort of the people, and a good understanding of the people, why we need to do that, and the benefit we can get at the end of it, right? Most of the time we don't know. Sometimes we can be like not realizing uh the
Yeah.
benefit of having that kind of a culture, so we are not contributing that much towards it. So we need to know the why of it, and know that it is a process, and take it as a process and go through it. I think that is, yeah, needed.
Very much needed.
Very much needed. Yes.
Okay. So, if anyone is listening to you right now, so what would be that one piece of advice that you want to give to them that can help them to be a better communicator and
Mm.
a great leader?
Okay. So in terms of this leader thing, I think you should be someone who understands yourself very well, your
Mm-hmm.
emotions very well, and controlling them very well. Because as a project manager, I realized this during the journey, that even you have the power to change the mood of the whole system with just how you say good morning in the stand up.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. So you have that kind of a power, in any position that you are leading. So it changes everyone and it motivates us. Now they are not with the sorrows they came up with, but they want to change, the day. They want to do great things. So that is the power you have. So if you're understanding your emotions, I mean, as a leader also, there can be situations you are happy, you are sad, and tons of different emotions as well, and your team also dealing with that. In order to understand what your team dealing with, you need to understand yourself, not just, erasing the emotions when they comes up, but expose to them, learn how you're feeling different type of things, and when to control it, what to control it, your good sides, and when you're getting bad, you're being toxic. You can be toxic sometimes as well. As humans, we all are. So we need to know them in order to control them. So that is what understanding your inner self is the best thing. that you can do in order to be a great leader, as I think about it. And in terms of a communicator, I think don't think about the language. Don't think
Yeah.
about how people see you or all the expressions that you're putting it. Talk from the heart. Whatever you feel, talk from the heart, and focus on not putting out what you feel or what you think. Then
Mhm.
eventually everything else come together.
So, do you also think that sometimes people feel little, like they are little anxious that, what will others think, if my communication is not on point, if I fumble in any one or two sentence, or if my pronunciation is incorrect. So do you think that people do fear? Because I do feel it.
I also, yeah, same here. Yes, people think about that. But what I can say is, then we are thinking, okay, the pronunciations will go wrong, or the grammar, or the way we speak, and people will judge us on that. I think the first thing, the bad thing that happens after that is we pause things, or we wait till we are becoming perfect, right?
Right.
So and then there's this current status of us, and of course as a communicator or leader, there's the perceived status of us that we want to take us towards it. If we are waiting for that, we
Mm-hmm.
just have to understand this. We can wait the whole lifetime till we become perfect, because even if we fix our pronunciation, that in a way that we think we need to do, but
Mm-hmm.
at that time you will find, okay, there are different kinds of another pronunciations or different kinds of things that I need to improve, then you're again waiting.
True.
So we have, this small life and these small moments which we don't know when it will end. So take it up. You are not going to be perfect anyways, and that is beautiful, right? The imperfection, it's beautiful. So take up the chance. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to fix everything. So you will always, feel like ugly in that particular area or not fulfilled in that particular area, but just try it out, right? Because there are dreams we have ahead of us. If we are not trying now, when? I think regret should be the most fearful thing that you need to have in your
Yeah.
life. So you will feel like, okay, I'm going to try it out anyways. I don't care about what people think. It's not
I
easy, but it's nothing easy is uh, easy things are not good things, or maybe we need challenges, right, to make us feel alive. So let's take the
Right.
challenge.
And opportunities are rare to get.
Exactly.
All right. So, Charithma, if there is one thing you hope everyone listening to your podcast today takes away from this conversation, what would it be?
Right. From this conversation, I think after putting all of these things together, and even me being able to share those experiences, what I can think of is, we need to enjoy that moment, this
Mhm.
moment. It can be a project, it can be the bond we have inside of the team. It was about that moment. We didn't know what is going to happen next, and we
Right.
don't need to care about that, right? Anything can happen, but this moment we are not going to get it. And regret is the most dangerous thing. We don't need to go for that. So enjoy this moment, and that is only thing you can control. Then you can live happily. you know
Yeah.
I think
Very
that
true.
sums it up.
So thank you so much, Charitma, for your time. I really enjoyed our conversation, which actually revolved around project management, communication, leadership, culture, and then obviously your beautiful pieces of advice where people can pick it up and change within themselves. So, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for all your valuable insights for us and, like our beautiful audience who will be listening to it. So, thank you so much. One thing that I request to all, my guest is like, you need to tell your audience to like, follow, share,
Um,
subscribe.
yeah,
So,
right,
so
definitely.
all yours.
And first of all, Shakya, thanks a lot for inviting me. I enjoyed it a lot, like a lot. I have no words
Seriously.
to express that. Yeah. With that, there's always a good thing about all the episodes Shasia has done, and I watched all of them as well. Lot
Thank
of
you
things
so
that you can
much.
get. Yeah, a lot of different perspectives. So, in order to get to know more about the upcoming episodes, you can like, you can share, and you can enjoy all the episodes that coming up with Shasia.
Thank you so much, Charithma. And to all our beautiful audience, stay tuned because we have so much to be unplugged with our other guest.